welcome to the show. Today we have some really fun guests for you. You might know them from the Netflix show The Ultimatum. We have Roxanne Kaiser and Antonio Mattei. And
Oh.
Antonio gave Roxanne an ultimatum to marry him, and they went on the show, and through a lot of twists and turns, they are here today to tell us all about their relationship and their gorgeous wedding at Chateau Elan in Georgia. So welcome, you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. We're excited to be here.
Very excited. We
Yeah.
probably look like post-wedding stress, no
Oh
makeup,
my gosh,
with bags
right?
under our eyes.
Yes, you've been through it. Oh man, but it seemed like such a great time. But let's start from the beginning. How did you guys even meet?
You
So
go for it.
the man who actually officiated our wedding, shout out Danny. He was a really good mutual friend of ours. I've known him since I was like 15. And he was dating at the time. Well, she's still one of Roxanne's best friends, but at the time they were dating. Danny and Lauren, said best friend. So just through mutual connections, we found ourselves at the same
Party.
birthday party, which was actually Danny's birthday party.
Yeah.
It was his birthday and his going away party. He was joining the Marines. And
Wow.
she was in a relationship. I was in a relationship. We literally just said, hi, nice to meet you. And then never spoke for like 8 years after that.
No way.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
then
And I became single, and I texted Lauren, said friend, and was like, who was that tall guy at that party that one time? Because at the time, we both were not social media people at all. At all. It was
Mhm.
before I started my companies. He had no Instagram. He had like 2 pictures.
Yeah.
So we didn't follow each other.
She actually took the very first picture. My first Instagram post was the night we met.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
didn't know each
gosh.
other. So she passed contacts years later, and we texted, and he was like, I've been waiting. It's so weird.
Yeah.
We just like, that was it.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
one
Wow.
me. It was one me, and then a text 8 years later. That was it.
Yep.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So you guys met and then you started dating. So what was your dating relationship like?
Pretty bad.
Horrendous.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
no.
pretty bad. I was just all in on my family's business, and so I was just in the restaurant all day, every day, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, pretty much. And
I mean, also besides work stuff, we both were not serious.
no, very
Yeah.
unserious about our relationship.
The first 12 months.
Yeah,
Off and on, literally, I think every other week.
yeah.
Oh
it
my
was,
gosh.
Yeah, it was pretty tough.
We're like the definition of couples where they're like, you'll never make it if you break up and get back together. I'm like, that's crazy because we did it every week.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it was like toxic though. We were just kind of like, do you want to hang out? Not really.
People are gonna be like, that's definitely toxic.
Yeah. Well, it's not like we were leading each other on, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's,
Mhm.
I feel like that's worse. Like saying one thing and doing another. I think we were both pretty
Yeah.
like, okay, sure, let's hang out.
But we also like saw other people during that time.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Mhm.
weird.
Yeah,
Very weird.
pretty weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was good, I guess, that you guys were on the same page, though, like keeping it super casual and everything.
Yeah.
So then you get to this point in your relationship where
I fell in love.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fell
Yes,
in
so
love.
keep going. You fell in love.
Yeah, I just recognized a lot of just super special, rare things I'd never seen in someone before. And it kind of all hit me at once. We were on a trip together with like a whole bunch of really your friends who are now my friends, and I love them dearly. And we were down in Florida, and we were staying at one of your friends' house, and I was like, I love the people you surround yourself with. At that point I had gotten to see how important family was to her, and just how like she wasn't a partier, she didn't do drugs, like, and how serious she was about actualizing the future that she had always envisioned for herself. And I just was blown away by like the caliber of person that she was, and I knew that I wanted to have her in my life ever since that moment. Yeah. And that was the first time I said I love you. And
that was still in 2020 during our off and on phase.
And we still broke up and got back together quite a few times after that. But that's when I got pretty serious, and I started to really
trying
go
to
for
change.
it. Yeah.
Wow. So what was that like for you then, Roxanne, when he said "I love you"?
Like,
I didn't say it.
Get a haircut.
You didn't say it back.
No, I've always we're pretty true to our who we've been through this whole journey after being on Netflix and stuff. And I hope it's inspired other people, because it's a real journey of not perfect at all. It was very what's the word for not? Is it ornate?
Ornate means very decorative.
Oh, kinda.
So not ornate. I don't know where you're going.
It was unique, but in a I don't know what the word is.
Unorthodox.
Yes, that's the word.
Yeah, that's it.
Totally. It was the whole just off and on. Him saying "I love you," me being I don't know. It's kind of weird. What is love? And I think that just kind of followed through our whole journey. Just that I will say though, the whole journey has been never giving up on each other, but in a real way. Literally, just constant up and downs.
That's awesome. So then you guys have an opportunity to go on a TV show, The Ultimatum, and how did that opportunity even come about?
Yeah, so this was from at this stage in our relationship, we had gotten pretty serious. Do you want to take over this, or?
Yeah, we were. I would say we were serious. In my head, we weren't seeing other people.
And I had shown her. She had made it pretty clear to me, kind of what about being with me wasn't convincing her, I guess, that I was the person that she wanted to spend the rest of her life with.
Yep.
So I received that. And at this stage, when we were approached for the show, I hadn't made a lot of progress or shown.
We were living together.
We were living together.
More serious.
I think I had changed my situation. I got out of the family business. I got a good job, and I was serious. So.
Yeah. And they had so people probably have heard this, and I feel more and more now people are understanding how the whole getting on a show works. And everyone loves hearing it. Everyone's like, how's it happen? Or someone DM'd me. And it really is, I feel a network of people who recommend you or know you, or casting producers kind of see you from other people that they know. And I had been approached multiple times for, it was Love Island or some other shows, but we didn't post about each other. So no one knew I was in a relationship at the time we were together. And at some point, I talked to a casting director or producer who ended up casting us. And he was like, oh, okay, so you're in a relationship and you're that kind of girl. He's like, I got a show for you. He was like, I have a show for you. It's perfect. It's exactly what you need. Because I was like, I can't do one of those single people shows. And I told Antonio, and he was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yep.
It was a no question, no brainer, which I've always loved about him. He's always let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? We have nothing to lose except for what happened to us. So it's cool.
Yeah. So you go on the show, and then, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, which it kind of is already because you're married now, but you guys get engaged on the show. So what was the proposal like?
Nerve-wracking.
Super stressful.
Oh my God. I actually didn't know if she was going to say yes. I genuinely did not know. Yeah.
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 Even I think my face just showed it. I put myself back on that day. In a second, I was like, oh my God. I was so stressed. And I do feel like they did such a good job showing my true emotions that day. I just was like, holy shit. This is such a commitment. It's not about me anymore. Kind of when you have kids. Do you have kids?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I feel it's having kids.
Yeah.
When you have kids, it's something bigger than you.
Right.
And
it's the free trial version of kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just committing to him and being I'm going to put you before everything, everyone.
And consider you now in everything and every decision that we make and we make together now. Yeah.
Also, remember, y'all see 5 minutes of the engagement, but we filmed for 7 hours.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
It was a long day.
Long day.
Had a lot of time to think about what we were going to do. Yeah.
with no phone.
Yeah, you could definitely see just like the tension in the air, I think, like
Mhm.
just watching the show and seeing all the emotion that both of you guys were going through with it. So then we get to the reunion show, and Roxanne, you had removed your engagement ring, and I was like, are they even going to get married? Like, what's even going to happen? And so how have things changed from that moment up to the point where you were planning a wedding?
Well, I mean, nothing has changed about like who I am to my core. Like I wasn't in a rush.
Yeah,
My plan was not to get engaged on the show and like get married the next day. And I,
right.
that just like wasn't it. We wanted to take our time. We still
Yeah.
had stuff we had accomplished as like a couple. I was in no
Hmm.
rush to do a wedding. I mean, it was 2 years from getting engaged
Yeah.
to the wedding.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was two
Yeah.
years, although it feels like yesterday.
It does. Yeah.
So I wouldn't say
Hmm.
anything changed. Nothing really changed. It was just like I don't want to do like we didn't want to do it. The other people on the show, I feel like they wanted, they got married and some of them immediately. They got engaged, then had their wedding, and it was just not top of mind for us. Just like I don't know, right?
Yeah, I think that I don't know. For us, I feel like the wedding, in hindsight, obviously, I think we both feel more like we feel further along the path now that we've gotten married. I know personally for me, I do feel different.
2 weeks in.
2 weeks in, and I
I
feel
know,
different.
right?
It's really
Oh,
nice. I
that's so
think
cool.
it was like a moment
Mhm.
where now not only are we all in, but like our whole circle of family, siblings, best friends, everyone is like, all right, you guys did it, and we're your support system. We're here for you. We support you guys, and I think it really does change things when you have like the backing of your proverbial village behind you, and
Mhm.
it's just really special. And I think I've seen a difference in my like zeal for
Oh.
accomplishing things, because it's no longer just like
Mhm.
about me anymore, and it feels really good to be able to be a rock for not only you one day, but also like for our kids.
Pop off. She asked about from
Mhm.
engagement to wedding, and you said, I'm going to talk about post wedding.
Yeah.
I love it though. I
And you
love
know what?
it.
I'm going to
Like,
tell you how I feel after the wedding.
Oh yeah, she did say, "How did you get from the engagement to getting married?" And I was like, "Well, now we're married."
no, but I feel like though, Antonio, that has been like your vision through this whole thing is like your future after this. And so
Mhm.
I think that is a good point to bring up as like going through like from the engagement to the actual wedding is like that's what you guys were thinking of. It was so future focused. And
Mhm.
so and maybe that is what freaked you out a little bit too, Roxanne. It's
Yeah.
like that is a big commitment, but
Yeah.
like you guys did it. And so, okay, it was 2 years. And then when did you guys actually start planning a wedding and deciding, like, hey, this is actually going to happen?
Well, two things. First thing is there's a cat in my lap. She's not petting me, so just
That's
wanted to make
hilarious.
that
Oh,
clear.
I didn't even notice.
Just wanted to just point that out. Um,
Okay, good to
and then
know.
back to the
Oh, kitty.
Sorry. That
back,
is so bad. It did look bad.
like,
Oops.
I'm sweating now.
Oh,
So
it's good.
Go on.
we honestly very late. Everyone was like, "So you picked your date? We picked a venue, and that was it." We're like, "Let's just pick a venue." 'Cause
Mhm.
apparently, we're on the street. It's like venues get booked real quick,
Right.
and I love like beautiful weather, which is rare in Georgia. So I was like, "Let's pick a venue on the best date, like the sunniest date ever," which worked out perfect.
It was amazing.
I was like looking at forecasting from years previous, like what's the sunniest day?
Yeah, looking at the Farmer's Almanac.
For real, I was.
That's amazing.
But I think like January. We started in January, the year of our.
Well, we started so soon that
Okay.
they said, "Sorry, we don't allow people to book anything more than a year before their date
Oh,
For the venue,
wow.
for the venue." That's
For
what
the
I'm saying.
venue,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because we wanted to lock the
Nice.
venue in. We knew where we wanted to do
Mhm.
it because of family coming in from out of town and friends.
Yeah.
But everything else we didn't start till the year of.
Right. That's true.
Mhm.
That's true. Very true.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it done
Awesome.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. So the vibes were chateau, and like, what was all your wedding inspiration and the style that you put into it?
That was all you.
Yeah,
That was like all you.
I definitely
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
lucky with our designer.
Mm-hmm.
She
Shout
just,
out Jessica.
yeah, she's a design house. She literally just understood my vision. I
She crushed it.
gave her like 10 pics, told her my mood. I was like, the inspo was like my mood in general, which is like, I always wear black, and it's very dark and moody vibes constantly. I feel like my life is dark and moody. And that's kind of what I wanted for the wedding. I didn't want pinks. I was like, no pink, no purple, no yellows, no pastels, just white, black, candles, not a lot of flowers, just mood. Like you walk in, you're like, ooh, like sultry vibes.
Not sultry.
Oh,
Swanky.
swanky vibes.
Oh, swanky, yes.
Swanky. And she crushed it. I mean, I've never seen so
Oh
many
yeah.
candles in my life.
Oh my gosh, the
neither.
candles were everything.
And you
It
buy
was
a lot of
amazing.
candles.
Yeah, I mean, it was just so beautiful. And that's kind of the inspo. I really just didn't want any color at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was everything outdoors at the venue, or your ceremony was inside, right?
Everything was inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
we had everything inside. We did a Persian ceremony inside this beautiful glass atrium at Chateau Lawn. So it felt like you
Wow.
were outdoors. It's so pretty. And then the reception, is that what it's called? The reception was in this like wine pavilion with barrels. We covered most of them because I'm not like,
She didn't want the barrels to be a part of the aesthetic, which I
Yeah.
because that's more like
believe,
country,
Yeah,
wedding,
totally.
which I love, but not for the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And that was indoors. I was too scared. My hair and outdoor stuff. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that for
The weather
sure.
was great.
And yeah,
But yeah.
you
We
don't have
didn't
to
leave it
risk
up to
the weather.
chance. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. That's awesome. So, okay, you chose your wedding style and everything you had. So you mixed like some of your cultures into the wedding. So you said you did kind of like a Persian feel to things. And were there any other like traditions that you kind of like brought along into your wedding day?
We actually did. We can't post about it yet because we have like someone that's gonna feature it. But we
Okay.
did do a huge Persian ceremony, like very very
Ooh.
traditional, which we haven't even shown or anything. Like how gorgeous and just the whole part. So it was very Persian. I wouldn't say we did anything like very Puerto Rican though,
Nothing.
except for the gasolina.
Yeah. Yeah. At the very, the only, I guess it's not a tradition by any means, but we played Gasolina by Daddy Yankee as our final song for the reception. And
That's pretty Puerto Rican.
it was really funny. It was really funny. Yeah. There was like a whole, like,
That's so
it was
fun.
almost like a record scratch, like bleeding into it because they played a song that was on our do not playlist. Like we picked like 5 or 6 songs. We're like, don't ever play these, and like it got played, and we are like, no, like hold on, this.
There's a video of me.
Please don't play this. And
Very
we like
unhappy.
walked up and we're like, play this instead. And then they played Gasolina, and it was really funny. Everyone like freaked out and like rushed the dance floor. It was fun. It was really fun.
It was fun.
Oh, that is so good. That's so fun. Yeah, dance floor memories are like some of the best from weddings for sure. Okay, so Roxanne, I saw on your Instagram that there was this whole thing with the sparklers. So what was this all about? And like why do you have a fear of sparklers?
I wasn't gonna do it. Literally, I was like, no exit thing. Don't really care because I just didn't care about like all those old traditional wedding things. That was one of them. Didn't care. But talking to my mom, and she was like, "Well, something because it's so pretty. Like you got to do something for an exit. Like, what are you gonna do? Just walk out?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll do the sparklers." And we did them, but I was nervous because every wedding, I kid you not, I've been to where I'm holding a sparkler, I have burned myself, burned a little bit of my hair, burned my dress, burnt. So I was like, I'm gonna get burnt. I'm gonna catch on fire. I have so much hairspray. I'm gonna blow.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
poof.
Yeah.
No, it was insane. We like it took us. What was funny is
I was
because
so nervous. Because everyone was drunk and had their sparklers like.
Well, but like instead of just walking forward to get through it, you just like froze. I was like, get out, get out from under the sparklers.
Because people have been drinking.
Yes.
Their sparklers were downwards, like on my.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not, but we did
There was a few close calls. I'm not gonna lie. I personally had no fear, and I didn't at first understand her fear, and then we got under there. I was
made it out unscathed,
okay.
kind of.
They're kind of scary.
Yeah, you're right. They are.
I don't. We didn't have kids, but I was like, even kids, like holding them. I don't know.
Yes,
but we did it.
It's true. Yeah,
I got married and I did sparklers all in one night.
I know. Yeah. Overcoming so much here. I love it.
Just really big things.
Those are definitely on the same level.
Right? Yeah, same level here. All right, let's describe your wedding attire. Roxanne, your jewelry was like so on point. Like everything just went so well with your dress. Like, tell me about your dress decisions and just attire in general.
Yeah, a lot. Love fashion, big fashion girly. And I was stressed about the dress a little bit, honestly, because I was like, I want to wear something that's not super traditional, although the dress I would say was not crazy different. So I started with my vision for like the necklace. The necklace was what I wanted. I had this vision of a crazy choker, diamonds, big cross. That was like all I had in my head when I started thinking about what I was going to wear. And then I was like, Madonna. I was like, I want like a Madonna look. That is what I was going for.
Cool.
And we went to so many different bridal shops. What's crazy is I started with couture bridal shops. I was like, couture is going to have what I'm looking for sure. And then I ended up going to one store that everyone was like, no way will you find anything there. It's so Southern, just traditional Southern, right? Beautiful dresses, but not my vibe.
Oh yeah, totally.
Very lacy, just flowery. And that's where I found my dress, white magnolia in Atlanta. And it was like, it was kind of a moment where I put it on and I was like, this will fit the vision I have for my shoes and my necklace. And that was it. They like makeshift a little necklace because I was like, I wanted this choker, these heels I have, these platforms.
And where'd you get all your jewelry from, though?
Yeah, so the necklace was literally custom made by one of my best friends. She was a bridesmaid. She has a jewelry brand, and she hand stitched each diamond into that necklace.
No way. That's incredible.
She makes beautiful jewelry, like this kind of stuff. Beautiful, non-tarnishing stuff, but not like crazy diamond necklaces. So, and it took her months.
Oh my gosh.
She was like sending me pictures, like updates of like half of it being stitched, then like a little more being stitched. It was insane.
Whoa. Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I love that though, because I feel like most brides start off with like the vision of the dress, but like you started off with like the vision of the jewelry and worked the dress around that. And I love that because that's who you are. And like jewelry is important to you and you have this vision for the necklace. So I think that's so cool.
I'll say like in general, that's how I get dressed. Like generally speaking, I would say the apparel comes last, and it's always like a shoe or a jewelry I have in mind first. Then I do the outfit based on that. So that's kind of what I did.
I love that. That's really fun. That's kind of a great way to just like flip style on its head and start from a different perspective. I love that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So what were some of the special moments from your day that stick out to you?
I don't remember anything.
The speeches were really good. I figured I would probably cry. I mean, just like you just look at the show, I cried like every episode. So like I'm a crier. But there were some like I wasn't sure what was gonna make me cry, but the speeches were just so surprisingly like they were so good. Both your first dance with your dad and my dance with my mom were really special.
Yeah.
I got emotional watching even you just with your dad. Mm-hmm. And then, man, seeing you walk down the aisle. Well, cause like I mean, if you want her to cut this, like tell me, but for like the photo op, we did like a first reveal kind of thing before the ceremony. So like, the ceremony happened and I had already seen her.
No, that's cool. That's like a real thing. Girls always want to know, like, should I do a first look?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
right.
Yeah, because that's a cool moment to capture aside from like walking down the aisle. So,
Right.
yeah,
And,
we did
and
it
Yeah,
like
for both.
in my
definitely.
mind, I was kind of like, oh, I would love to save, that for when for the ceremony. But it's just like a totally different animal when the time comes and you're there, you're at the altar, you're in front
Yeah.
of everybody, and it's it's game time, right? And she comes out, and I almost totally lost it when
Oh,
I actually saw her come out, and I had to wipe some tears away, and that was all real, and it totally caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
So there
oh
was
my
just so many
gosh.
special moments from the whole weekend. It wasn't even just from the ceremony day.
Low key though, it was cool. We had like a no phone policy, and I would say that really helped with
Everyone was very present.
yeah, because of like media stuff we had going on. We had no phones, and I think the fact that nobody was doing this
Yeah.
really made the
Yeah.
wedding just more special. Like engaged, everyone was talking to each other and like getting to know each other, and everyone that walked away from our wedding was like, I felt like I was just at this huge family reunion. It was just really nice. Like there was benefits to being like, can't have your phones.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I love that.
Yeah.
If you're That's a pro tip. Take everyone's
Yeah.
phones.
They're gonna be like, why?
Yes. No, I love that. So everyone just like in the moment, they're not focused on like, oh, is someone calling me or like
Yeah.
what's my email looking like? It's like everyone
Totally.
can really be present like in your
Yes.
moment and to just take it all in. And yeah, I love that. And it probably like encourages more like mingling between your guests and everything too, which is
Yes,
great. So
100%. Yeah, we had like
mhm.
like little stickers that were there when you walked in. That was like, please no phones. Please take a sticker. Put it on your camera.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah, yeah. So we did that. Not like because we're sticklers. We literally like kind of had to,
Yeah.
and it worked out really nice.
Yeah.
I'm sure people
Mhm.
hated it, but for us, we're like, it's nice to have everyone off. Everyone's always on their phone,
Yeah.
so
Oh my gosh, totally.
yeah.
Yeah. That's great. So those are some great words of advice. Do you guys have any other words of advice for people who are planning their weddings now?
Find a good wedding planner.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
due diligence. Due diligence. Vet them.
Yep.
Try to find
Yes.
as many instances of reviews that you can and see what people are saying about your wedding planner.
Yeah,
Because
we wish we would have done more for ours. So
Mm.
I would
Yeah.
say it's hard because it's almost like dating. You want to like date around and
yeah,
find
and
one.
it's not that they're like good or bad
Totally.
wedding planners. It's just that you need a wedding planner that gets you and
Mm-hmm.
like understands what you're trying to accomplish and what you need from them.
Yeah.
Well, and just follows their contract. But anyways,
Well, I wasn't gonna go there.
I'll go there.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna go there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh.
I'm not naming any names. I'm just saying. Just I
Mm-hmm.
think finding a good wedding planner, they're not cheap. It's like one of the most
Yeah.
expensive parts of the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So just finding someone who I think a lot of times brides get really stressed and they're like, perfect, a wedding planner that's available, that works.
Right.
And I'm like, no,
Mm-hmm.
take your time. There's plenty of
Mm-hmm.
super talented planners.
Yep.
Right. You're
Right.
so right. Definitely. That's really good words of advice. I saw that you guys had an after party too. Is that right?
Yeah, it was the day after.
That was
Okay.
that was
Yeah.
probably one of
That
the
looks
best
so
times.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to do this is another tip, I guess.
Yeah.
Very fun if you can convince your squad to not be hungover,
Yeah.
stay an extra day and be with you.
We're not gonna lie, we lost some people.
We did
lost
lose
some
some
people.
people.
They didn't make it.
We were pissed. We're like, this is a plated dinner. Where are y'all?
Yeah,
You know who you are.
seriously. You're like, I'm paying for your plate. You better be here.
Yeah.
But it was so fun because when you're out with your girls when you're younger, usually, and you go out and then you wake up the next day together, you all spend the night and there's all the tea and it's the best times.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it the
Oh,
best
yeah.
times?
Mm,
That's
so
how it
good.
felt the day after the wedding.
Especially as the
Aw.
subjects of the wedding, you don't get
Mm-hmm.
more than 10 minutes with anybody the whole night.
Yes.
Right? So like it's a nice opportunity to really spend some good time with people that maybe you haven't seen in a while, people who are super important to you that maybe a year goes by every time you talk to them. And it's cool to
Right.
have that, like, especially the day of one of the most, to date biggest milestones of your life, to just like have them around to like, hey, you remember when and remember that and look at us now. You know, it's just really cool to like chop it up with the people that you love the most and actually get to spend some quality time with them.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was in a vineyard at Chateau. We were all there. We did like this crazy, the chef there like did these wildly cool plated dinners. It was like 3 or 4 course.
I don't remember.
They were fancy, like fancy, delicious plates of food and wine. And we did like the champagne tower. It was so fun.
So good. I love that.
Everyone was shampooing.
Yes.
For real.
I love it.
That's what it's called, but
The shampoo effect?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Let's go with
Why
it.
not? And then you also wore your mom's wedding dress. That was super cool.
Very cool.
And it looked gorgeous on you.
Thank you. I was more emotional about that than I thought I would be. And I think it's only because, I mean, the last time that dress was like out of that box was in Iran during the revolution.
Wow.
And like the fact that she was even able to put that dress on and like hide the wedding in Iran, you know, because during the revolution, like if you walked outside, it was just very scary times over there.
Yeah, so your dad converted to Islam.
Muslim. My dad,
which is Islam.
Yeah, he converted to be a Muslim, married my mom in Iran. He flew over
Changed
there.
his name to Muhammad. Flew over to Iran, spent like a month there, had the wedding in like secrecy, and then they got out. And that dress hasn't seen the light of day since then.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Super cool.
That is an added layer of it being that much more special for you to wear.
Cool. Yeah. And
it made your mom just so happy to see.
Yeah, and we didn't change it. What's crazy is we didn't have to. You know how girls go all out with like. There's all these companies now.
Tailoring and
right.
All we had to do was take out a bunch of the
frills
underneath, like a bunch of. It was poofier. And we just made it less poofy, but it fit me perfect. Like my waist.
Oh my god!
It was great. It was like insanely perfect fit around my body.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. I love it.
Yeah, it was cool.
And for your parents to see that too, I'm sure it just like brought them so much joy to just see you wearing the wedding dress.
Wild. I feel like back then the dresses were so much more ornate.
Yeah, there you go.
And
there it is. Yeah.
Right? But I feel like now if we have kids and we have a girl and she's like, Mom, I want to wear your wedding dress. I'm like, it's not really like that ornate. You know what I mean? It was just different back then. The styles could be repeated in the future, like in a really cool vintagey way. I'm like, I don't know if my dress could be that. Maybe
that's what your mom thought.
No, my mom, since the day she put that in the box, she said,
"Someone's gonna wear badass
dress."
Yeah, she's like, that's it.
For real.
I love it. Oh, that's so good. All right, so you guys are married now, and how is married life? I know work-life balance was like a big contention for you guys. So how's that going now?
Worse.
Honestly, it's been a challenge.
Worse.
It's been a challenge.
Oh no,
I think for both of us, the ambition that we have has like ramped up.
I've created a monster.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we spent a lot of time, you know, the phrase goes, reap what you sow, right? And we spent like a lot of time like sowing seeds of progress, and like they're like really starting to demand our attention a lot right now. And I mean, I'm doing like 12-hour days, 6 days a week at the shop. But like it's so exciting. Like I'm not tired from it. Like I come home so happy, you know, at the end of the day. And it's just like we don't get to spend nearly as much time together as we need.
And I think it's another great piece of, I hope other couples that when they look at social media and get overwhelmed with all these perfect couples and everyone's on trips and post honeymoon, it's like, we're another example of a real life couple. Like you don't always get married and go straight to your honeymoon, whether you can afford it or you don't have the time. Like it's really both. Like our money and everything, we're putting back into our businesses, and like our time is with our businesses. And that's just reality. I think a majority of the world is like that, but all we see on social media is like this perfection of couple.
Everyone
life.
has made it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And everyone's like, oh, how was your honeymoon? And we're like, we didn't go on a honeymoon. We can't do that right now, but hopefully next year we're going to make it work.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And speaking of your jobs, like tell us more about the projects that you're working on and your businesses and where we can find you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so I have my shop. It's Tint World. It's a franchise, so I'm a franchisee. It's going great. I've got a good team of people. They're developed now. Everyone knows their roles, and it's almost to the point that I can kind of take a step back just in time because we just submitted our letter of intent to open our second shop.
Yep.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Like
That's huge.
As of literally today, we had the
Whoa.
conversation with the real estate team at Tint World.
Literally before we joined this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. I've already almost doubled the size of the first shop that I had. I added more to the building. It's just I've been doing so much with it. It's amazing.
Yeah, he's crushing it.
We're doing an event with T-Pain on Saturday.
No way. That's so fun.
It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be it's called Drift Symphony. I don't know when this is gonna air, but
it's cool though. It's drifting.
Anyone's in Atlanta, come see some drift cars.
Drifting's a rush.
And then afterwards, it's a karaoke party with T-Pain. After, it's gonna be a lot of
fun.
No
way.
And then
it's so wild though. Even hearing you say it, just talking about the show, and we were in such a different place 2 years ago. And I do think so many couples it's hard to make it through. It was so hard.
Yeah.
It was so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing good, baby.
Thanks, honey.
Even though we never see each other, but you're still doing good.
What's your name?
I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Ships passing in the night, right?
For real, yeah.
Yeah. And then you have 2 businesses, right, Roxanne?
Yeah. I Pasted Nip, still running, still doing amazing. I actually, this past week,
had a great event in the city.
Not for Pasted Nip, but
for Proxy, but
yeah, Pasted Nip. I'm growing my team. We actually have been interviewing the last 2 weeks for we're building a national sales team. Super cool. We've been interviewing so many incredible girls.
I'm so excited
through the nation.
That's so cool.
So that's been really cool. And then Proxy I launched in June. I think I ate my entire inventory myself during the wedding.
On our own supply, yeah.
I ate all of it. So we're out of stock. Just kidding. Not out of stock. But yeah, it's going really well. The wellness space is insane. It's so different than a nipple cover company. Much different spaces. But it's going well. Yeah.
Exciting.
Oh, that's awesome. You guys are crushing it. I'm so happy to just see where you guys have landed, and I'm excited to just follow along with the future and see what the future holds for you guys. And your wedding looked so gorgeous. So
I wish you could have been there.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's so sweet.
Especially Sunday, we had some empty seats.
Yeah.
Right? I know. Could have called me up and been like, yeah, I have a drunk friend and an extra seat, so come on out. And be give me 4 hours and I'll be there.
For real. 3.5 from Nashville if you're going fast.
That's right.
I know, right? Yeah. For sure. Well, this has been so cool. Thank you guys so much for taking the time. I know you guys have busy lives and everything, but just for sharing all about your wedding days, and I'll catch you later.
Thank you
so much. We had a great time chatting with you. Yeah.
Bye, guys.
For sure. Have a good one.
Bye.
You waved off camera.
Thanks for tuning in to the Wedding Reporter podcast. I hope you learned a little bit and had fun today. To find more resources and podcast episodes, visit NashvilleBrideGuide.com for more information. And as always, click the subscribe button and leave us a review. Until next time, I'm Alyssa DeChico, signing off.